Lesson 8. Environment and its balance. Earth is the habitat of large number of living beings including plants, animals, birds, and microorganisms. Diversity is found among these organisms. The natural world around us in which plants and animals live is called environment. Environment and its balance. Environment refers to the condition of external things which are associated with mankind and their behaviors, activities, and development. Air, water, land, forest, river, houses, plants, animals, etc. Environment can be studied by dividing it into two parts. 1. Natural environment. 2. Artificial environment. 1. Natural environment. The environment created without human effort and investment is known as natural environment. Air, water, land, etc. are components of natural environment. Natural environment is also known as the God-gifted environment. 2. Artificial environment. The environment created by human investment and effort is known as artificial environment. This type of environment is tangible and intangible. Houses, buildings, temples, etc. are considered as tangible environment, and culture, festivals, traditions, rites and rituals, etc. are considered as intangible environment. Components of natural environment. The biotic factors of an environment are the living organisms that contribute to that environment, particularly plants and animals. Abiotic components are non-living factors like wind, heat and rocks. Abiotic components. Non-living factors including physical factors, light, temperature, water, soil, air, climatic factors and chemical, pH, salinity, oxygen, CO2, factors are called abiotic components. They affect growth and survival of organisms. Air. Air is a mixture of different gases, and the multilayered gaseous envelope above the Earth's surface is atmosphere. Air contains nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, inert gases, water vapor, dust particles, etc. Water. Water is raw material for photosynthesis. It plays an important role in fertilization, pollination, and dissemination. Human beings, birds, and animals use water to sustain their lives. Light. The sun is the major source of energy. It provides light and heat energy which is essential for living organisms. The plants prepare their food through photosynthesis in the presence of sunlight. Soil. Soil is a mixture of inorganic minerals, clay, silt and sand, decaying organic matter, water, air, etc. Temperature. It influences the habitat of plants and animals. Plants and animals found in cold climates differ from plants and animals found in warm climate. Some birds and animals migrate during extreme hot and cold climate. Biotic components. All living organisms around the surroundings include biotic factors. They are closely related and interdependent with abiotic components. The relationship among plants and animals can be either positive or negative. Producers, plants. Producers are those organisms which prepare their food by themselves, since the food prepared by them is the nutritional source of other organisms. Consumers, animals. The organisms which depend upon other organisms for food are called consumers. There are three levels of consumers. Primary consumers. Organisms which use up producers directly as food are primary consumers. For example, goat, cow, rabbit, deer, etc. Secondary consumers. They feed on primary consumers and are carnivores and omnivores. Fish, crow, fox, snake, etc. are secondary consumers. Tertiary consumers. They feed on secondary consumers and are mostly carnivores. For example, tiger, lion, large fish, vulture, etc. Decomposers, microorganisms. Those microorganisms which break down the complex organic compounds present in dead plants and animals into simple substances are called decomposers. For example, bacteria, fungi, etc. Importance of environment. Environment is the source to fulfill needs and wants of all creatures. However, the way of consuming environment is different according to different creatures. They need air, water, land, light, food, etc. for their survival, growth, and development. Environmental balance. All living beings and non-living things live together in harmony within the environment. Man, birds and animals, green vegetation, and other living creatures are the indispensable components of the environment. Similarly, air, water, soil, light, and other non-living things are also important components of the environment. Major consequences of the disturbance in the environmental balance are: I. Scarcity of natural resources. 2. Health hazard. 3. Greenhouse effect. 4. Global warming. V. Depletion of ozone layer. Importance of the environmental balance. By now it should have been clear that air, water, land, light and other environmental components are necessary for the survival of living beings. We should ensure that even non-living things are equally important for our survival. Environment conservation and environment-friendly behavior. Environment is the natural world around us in which plants and animals live. Our environment is made by all the living beings and non-living things found in our surroundings. Solid waste management. One of the best ways of practicing environment-friendly behavior is the proper disposal of wastes, which is very much helpful for environment conservation. In 3Rs management, 3R stand for reduce, reuse, and recycle. Reduce. Reduce means to minimize the amount of waste we create by the less use of materials in daily life. Reuse. Reuse means using a material again and again. When a single material is used for many times, it decreases its necessity and its production will decrease. Recycle. This is probably the most well-known and well understood of the 3Rs. Recycle means making a new product by using the waste materials as raw